searching for it.
Welcome to Soul Impact, how music saved us, where stories are real, healing is raw, and music changes lives. You are never too broken to rebuild. This is more than a podcast. This is a movement. And now, here is your host, Wild Willie.
This program is part of the Scene Project's podcast network. The Scene Project features interviews with independent musicians, comedians, and artists from across the Midwest. Become part of our community and support local art wherever you are.
Hi, everyone. I want to welcome you back to another episode of Soul Impact, How Music Saved Us. As always, I'm your host, Wild Willie. And today I got a friend of mine, Jayme Smith from Chaos in the Red. Let's welcome Jayme to the show.
What's up, man? It's been a long time coming.
Life has definitely kind of kicked both of our butts in the last year.
Oh, yeah, we've been dodging jabs and stuff for like the last 8 months.
Exactly. So, and we have talked, but I like to tell people when I do my show a little bit about why I do what I do. And what reason why that is my childhood was horrible. There's a lot of child abuse, neglect, just horrible. And then I married the same person that my stepdad was, and it was just a vicious cycle. I want to give people hope that no matter what they're going through, whatever trauma they've been through, whatever things they're facing, whether it's addictions, whatever the issue is, whatever your hang-up is, something I pride myself on saying is that you're never too broken to be fixed, you know? And to me, that's what this is about. It's about sharing a message of hope with people that are listening.
That's what originally drew me to this whole idea of the podcast. Just the title in itself or whatever sums up exactly why we do what we do at Chaos in Red, because music quite literally saved us. And our way of paying it back to the universe is trying to reach out and touch as many people with just a glimpse of sunlight that we can, because through music, regardless of whatever the lyrics are about or the topic is about, we try to get people to feel something. If you can feel and you can remember who you are, remember where you came from, or remember that you're never too broken to be fixed, then we did our job as not just entertainers, but I mean, quite literally adults who are healing themselves in real life publicly right in front of you, trying to show our kids and friends and anybody willing to listen that it's possible.
No, absolutely. I mean, when I first started this back in June of last year, I already was in a good place. It really was. But I've just by being able to express what I've gone through and relate with the people that have been on my show, I've been able to heal even more. And so there's times where music is the reason I'm here. A song come on the radio that motivated me or whatever. So has there been a time where a song has helped you through something? And what song was that?
Oh, that's a good question. The answer is yes, absolutely. I can think of any chapter of my life. There's kind of like a defining song to it that when I hear that song, I can remember and feel whatever I was going through at that time, good or bad. But the song that really, really, really changed my life, I guess. I want to say a sad song, and I want to say it's this heartbreak song, When This Girl Left Me. But honestly, I think it's track 8 off of the Greatest Hits of Jimi Hendrix CD. When I was like 10 years old, my grandpa introduced me to that. And track 8 was him playing the national anthem at Woodstock. and it like completely like rewired my brain. Like as soon as I heard the first note and was like, I need that, whatever that is. I felt that. I need to learn who this guy is, what he's singing about, why. And then I went down this rabbit hole of Jimi Hendrix at age 10, but it inspired me because all the setbacks that he had and all the issues he ran into in life, military service with during the Vietnam era at that, drug addiction, not being welcomed the same in the US as he was in the UK when he debuted, and all these things, the color barrier, first of all, in the 60s. But he was able to persevere and be kind of like the sound of a generation and the sound of like revolution and expression and new ideas. And that was interesting to me because I was still am, besides when I'm performing, a very quiet, reserved person that deep down doesn't want to be like that, but just doesn't know how to. And he kind of laid out this roadmap of how to do it unapologetically. So that song was always in my CD player every morning on the way to the bus, on the way to school, on the way to practice, whatever we were doing. But that planted the seed that led to like this hunger for learning more and learning new innovative ways to use my instrument and to create these new sounds with it, because the man revolutionized electric guitar. But that would be my answer as far as if I had to pick one song that changed and affected me the most, that would be this Hendrix's national anthem live at Woodstock.
Oh yeah, it's a great track. It really is, because like you said, even though it's not something he originally wrote, but just the emotion he puts into it, and to me, that's what makes a good song. You've got to have emotion, and I'm getting into a little more of the songwriting now, but it's even before then, just putting a DJ part to it. I want to relate to it. And if I can't relate to it, I want to be able to feel like I can feel what they went through because of the song.
Yeah. And there's a lot of real artistic ways you can do that. And they can be really subtle, but humans have this uncanny power on picking up on authenticity. A lot of us have a little radar that can immediately pick that up. So if you're singing from the heart, sometimes it doesn't matter how good you are or how experienced you are, how great your sound equipment is, or anything like that. I mean, literally it could be like 4 chords, one dude, and the truth, and it moves people.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's many different progressions of a chord that people don't realize. Like, I didn't realize until I went to school for audio production that there's so many different progressions for the key major of F, and I'm just throwing one out there, that you can make everything your own. I mean,
that's it. It can kind of fill in the gaps where words fail, is how I describe it sometimes.
Wholeheartedly. I mean, for me, and everybody makes fun of me, some people make fun of me when I say this, my big song was after my divorce. When I went through my divorce, Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. My marriage was very narcissistic. I'm gonna go get a snack. Okay, beautiful. Can I come back to watch the phone? Yes, ma'am. Will you unpause it for me? It's already unpaused. No, it's not. Go be really fast. No, let me unpause it. All right, go. Be really fast. Don't take it. I won't take it. I'm doing a podcast. But the realness of everything, the way when you come out of that situation, 10 years of being married, constantly tore down, you don't know who you are, plus your childhood playing effect into everything. So it really, literally, that was the song that was my major turning point, because I knew, and I've known the song all my life. My sister loves the 80s and that genre of music. And this one's for me. This one's for me. Okay. I don't want one, but thank you.
This one's for me.
Oh, give me your
I
own.
want that one. No, that one's for me.
I'm gonna open it,
I
beautiful.
want that one first. It's that.
What do you say?
Thank you.
You're welcome. But the end of the day, I mean, music is, Harvard did it.
The way is going slower.
Yes. Okay, but remember, Daddy's doing a podcast, sissy. But at the end of the day, Harvard did a study back in 2021, and it tells the reason why people are the way they are when it comes to music. Our brain releases this chemical called dopamine, and when we listen to an upbeat music, it's what makes you happy and motivates you. So that's why if you're going to sit around and listen to depressing, angry songs about killing people, that's going to affect a lot of your mood. So for me, especially when I quit drinking, I had to cut back a lot of them party anthem drinking country songs.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it was easy to hear it talk about, I have a 40 in my hand and I'm going out with the boys, and
if you can relate to that, it kind of feeds to the addictive part of your brain. It almost makes you want to be part of that.
Oh, absolutely. See, now I did still listen to songs by The More I Drink. I've always loved that song. But that song itself summed up exactly how I felt about alcohol.
Right.
If I've had one, I've had 13. I mean, probably more than that, actually. But we won't go down that rabbit hole. But it comes a time where it's going to motivate you. It really is. And you've got to hear some of the stuff I've sent to you. And I'm learning that. Expressing yourself comes natural, but being able to find the way to use music to tell that story.
Right. And intent is a lot. That's usually where I like to start before writing a new song or coming up with one, is like figure out what the intent of the song is exactly. Is this just me screaming into a pillow, getting something off my chest? Is this, me trying to reach out and, touch a underserved group of people that I'm, having feelings for? So, homeless, the vets, the whatever. Who am I trying to impact?
Oh, yeah.
And, a lot of the times it's, even if the lyrics aren't for them, I just hope that after witnessing it being performed, people felt something. I would much rather hear that compliment than that was an amazing job, or wow, you spent a lot of money on lights and sounds and stuff like that. But if somebody just says, wow, I felt that, or I could really feel your emotion going through, or that made me remember XYZ, that's more than payment enough for me.
Oh, yeah. And I do the same thing with my business. I've had my business for 5 years. And I think giving back to a community, using your talents to give back to a community, is more important than any dollar amount that you'll ever receive.
Yeah.
I do a lot of, and me and you talk of a lot this last year, is I do a lot of stuff for veterans, and they hold a very dear and near place to my heart. They really do. And it's because of, the sacrifice. But doing this, I do a lot of gigs and stuff for like the Hero Marathon. And now we're planning that big thing in May and another one in September. And I don't care about money. I don't. With that, the people that come up, especially when I DJ and I make the playlist, I'm like, man, this song moved me so much. It took me back to the days, like you were saying, when I come back from Vietnam, or whatever song they pulled them out of. To me, that is so much more, that connection is so much more important than a dollar sign.
Yeah, it's almost like the connection I had with some of my buddies in the military, where it's like the shared suffering. Like if you sing a song about something you've been through and some stranger has also been through that and comes up and says, hey, that was a really great song, I could feel that. You guys are kind of instantly bonded through the same type of suffering, and you never met each other a day in your life. That's the really cool shit about it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, because music takes everything, it heightens the level. Because you take the saddest moment you've been through in your life. We all have those that, and a song comes on. Okay, we'll get it out. Well, it sucks for your luck. But you think back, and then you hear a song and it motivates you. So when that song comes on years later, you're like, man, I remember when I first song really sank in and how it motivated me. It kind of reminds you of where you come from or how far you came.
Yeah, that's a really, really good way to put it. There's quite a few Five Finger Death Punch songs that take me back to Iraq in the truck, like gearing up to like roll outside of the wire and go on patrol or something. But it was either Taylor Swift or Five Finger Death Punch. But any of those comes on and I'm like ready to run through a brick wall.
Taylor Swift? I don't even want to know.
Okay, which Taylor Swift? It was old Swift. Wildest Dreams was my favorite.
What?
Wildest Dreams was my favorite. That was always our the Five Trucks startup song.
Okay, as long as you're not like playing We're Never Getting Back Together, we'll be all right.
You're slaying bodies to that.
We're never getting back together. But no, yeah, it's just the connection it has, and the realization of everything. Because you can hear, and I'm big on mental health. I'm a huge advocate for mental health coming from my background. And I like to tell people, and one of my favorite things is you win if you don't quit. And, when I was in the staring to my divorce, there were songs that helped me, but that was the quote that pushed me to get out of bed in the morning. Because if my feet hit the floor that morning, I won. Yeah. I made my daughter dinner. I won, and it sounds so simple, but I had to, for like a year, I had to count all them little wins.
Yeah.
And eventually you're not going to count them anymore. And whether you're singing, podcasting, whatever we're doing, you got to believe in yourself. You got to stand on whatever you're doing. I think I'm getting ready to lose power. My lights keep flickering. I think I'm getting ready to lose power.
Yeah, we got some storms coming in.
I have a pretty good storm going on right now. But it takes it to a whole nother level. It heightens it. I really truly believe that at the end of the day, when you go through all that, it heightens what you experience.
Yeah, and I love that because when you're counting the little wins, this is something we got in resiliency training in the military actually, but finding all those little wins and stuff forces you to find the good in all the everyday stuff that would otherwise just be another day or basically something that's in the way. But when you're looking for the little wins, then you're quite literally rewiring your brain to think on the positive side and find the good in whatever it is, which can be easier said than done a lot of the times. As somebody that's 100% disabled, most of it's mental health wise through the VA, sometimes it's chemically it's just damn near almost impossible, but that's when you got to focus on the littlest win then.
Oh, for sure.
Don't forget where you came from, for sure.
For sure. I mean, you think about where you were when we started talking last year, even just what I do, and we've talked a lot offline.
Mm-hmm.
And where I was last year.
Right.
There's growth. There's gonna be growth in everything you do. And I told you this way back when we talked the very first time, that I would bet my house on this thing, on this podcast, and my business. Now, my business is still going, but it's kind of taking the back burner. And it's not because I don't care about it. It's because I found something that brings a passion to life more than sitting behind a sound system being a DJ ever did. And I'm able to make connections and like connect you with the lady that we're going to be doing the benefit for, Charlotte Roop, her and her husband, the co-founders of Operation Combating Veterans.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for this, them connections wouldn't be there. Now, I'm not going to give up my business. I'm still going to do it. But end of the day, who wouldn't want this to make money? And now that's not why I'm doing what I'm doing. But to be real, at the end of the day, I would love to be able to sit at home and know that my podcast is making where all my bills are paid.
Yeah.
But until then, it's telling the stories like yours and the messages of hope that you have in your songs and the resiliency there is there. And, you know, them are the stories that people need to hear. Because often as society, we get stuck in I'm a victim mentality.
Yes.
And it drives me absolutely up the wall.
Yeah, you're never going to solve any of the issues within yourself because it's everybody else.
Yeah, and not just that. And I was raised this way, and this was something very hard, and I had to rewire. My mom was really good at asking for help, and the community was really good about helping. But my mom also sold herself as a victim to stuff so she could get the help. Mm-hmm. So it's used to what I'm seeing. My mom did the best she could, but I seen it too much. And
yeah,
now, like I did a podcast yesterday, interview with a podcast yesterday, and I told the guy, I said, I'm a survivor of. And he's like, how can you be a survivor of? I said, because I'm on the tail end of it and I'm surviving it. I'm a survivor of child abuse. I'm a survivor of a narcissistic marriage. Yeah. Those don't define me. And to me, music helped change that whole mindset. So once you can change your mindset, find them songs that are going to motivate you. You know, what motivates you may not be what motivates me. You know, I'm diehard country. I'm diehard country. 5 Finger Death Punch probably ain't going to motivate me.
Right.
I'm probably going to be like, what are we listening to?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it and I don't mind it, but it isn't something I can listen to on repeat.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about music because there's so many different types and everybody's brain chemistry is different. There's certain stuff that I absolutely adore that other people are like, what is this? Like, you listen to this for fun? Like, yeah, it's like massaging my brain, but it works. And that's kind of how we are at Chaos and Red. Like, it may not be for everybody, but the niche group that it impacts, and so that's the people we want to nurture those relationships, and that things grow where you water it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because you take that, and there's going to be somebody that hears your song, and they're like, man, I need more of this. I need the story behind this song.
Yeah.
So then, you know, Bubba Starks. He's a good friend of mine. He's family at this point. I love the man to pieces. My daughter calls him Uncle Bubba. But,
that's awesome.
I say that to say this. Hey. Okay, if you'll stop when I'm done, we will. You got to be good. If you're good. But there's times where I have an addictive personality. So people pleasing is an addiction for me. Used to be. And Bubba would tell me, and I'm probably going to say it wrong, and he's going to watch this episode and give me a hard time. But 33% of the world is going to hate you right off the bat, just because you remind them of someone they don't like. 33% of the world is going to love you. And then the other 33 isn't going to care. And to me, I was so focused on getting the ones that don't care or don't like me to like me. And I was like, why tailor to them? So now I can do what I do to tailor to the people that, you know what, I'm going to do what I do at the end of the day. My message is to help people. And I probably need to get better at watching the analytics of everything. But honestly, I don't care. And it's not, I don't care because I don't want it to go places. I don't care because I don't want to get wrapped up in it and focus so on the analytics to where my mission and my motto of real stories, restoring hope.
Right.
Will fade away. Because that's the moment you get so focused on monetizing, it becomes doing it about the money and to me, it's not about that. I love connecting. And like the connection of being able to, and we've talked and the issues that you deal with. And I kind of want you to go into a little bit about some of that mental stuff that, that you've gone through and how music has exactly helped you overcome that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, about 4 years ago, almost to the day, is my date of retirement from the military. So I did about 10 years active duty. I was in Fort Hood for about half of that, deployed out of Fort Hood in support of Operation Inherent Resolve to Syria and Iraq, and returned, I think it was early 2019, which took me to Fort Carson, Colorado. And that's when COVID happened and my untreated, undiagnosed, and unknown PTSD and whatever else was brewing up here started really, really manifesting. And by the time I got out, I was crippling alcoholism to the point where, my health was failing. My pancreas started failing, had some hospital stays. And through all of that, I was actually listening to a lot of Zach Bryan, which personally, I think he's just a phenomenal songwriter in general, even if you don't care for any other thing about him. I love the raw honesty and the topics he talks about, but it kind of gave me a little bit more of an edge because I know he was a service member that struggled with substance abuse and, poor relationship management and ultimately just being a degenerate young kid. But he sings about it and talks about it so candidly. And that was like the soundtrack of that time. But unfortunately, the military doesn't do a very good job of, they do a great job of, keeping you angry and hungry and aggressive and, strong and mission ready and all that stuff. They do a piss poor job of teaching you how to turn that off before they release you back to the wild. So my retirement day came up because with 100% disability, they just medically retire you at that point. It was quite literally like, all right, here you go, like figure it out. And and other service members that watch this, you'll probably understand in your own words kind of how this feels, but you do feel like an alien that just landed on like a different planet right when you get back, because their whole world has been moving for 10 years and going and without you. And then you're jumping right back into where you came from, but that timeline has already moved and everything is different. And you're different, and it's hard to see that, and you it's upsetting. And all the people that you said you'd visit that you never got to, or the people that said that they'd visit that never made the effort to for all those years that you were gone now are around, but there's no connection. You're connected with your buddies in the military, the people that you like quite literally suffered with and bled for, and maybe even some that didn't make it home. Like I got quite a few buddies that are black wristbands at this point, and those are the stories that have to keep being told. But you get home and you realize who was real and who wasn't real fast, and you start feeling real alone real quick. and you don't have, an identity, a purpose, direction, motivation, all the things that make, a good soldier a good soldier. You don't have any of those. And suddenly you're in charge of everything, but there's expectations of you and there's different rules that you fall under, and there's different needs. And sometimes even just like taking care of your own kid can be more difficult than, operating in a high stress combat environment, because it's just not, your brain is not wired for that anymore. So that transition is really, 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 really tough. And that's where I leaned on music a lot. And I didn't listen to as much music. I played a lot. I got back into piano, and I'd set some goals for some Billy Joel songs that I wanted to learn. And I realized that that was the only time that everything didn't feel.
I don't know what happened, but I lost you. If you can hear me, come out and come back in. So while we're waiting on him, if you're out there and you're struggling, make sure you're reaching out to someone.
All right, got video.
I don't
Can
know
you
what
hear me?
happened. That was weird. Yeah, I can hear you.
No sound?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So while we wait on him to get his stuff fixed, guys, if y'all are looking to help an organization that does a lot for veterans, I recommend y'all check out Operation Combating Veteran Suicide. They're always looking for help, looking for donations. But I'm putting the website on the screen. Y'all, go make sure you check out OCVS. And okay, but Cheyenne. But go make sure y'all check out OCVS and show them some support and love. Our veterans do a lot for us, and let's show them some support they deserve.
Well said. That's why I love these sort of anything that benefits veterans or anything that needs music or time donation by artists. I love to try to jump on right off the bat. I do.
Oh, yeah,
I do
you're
some
the
work
reason.
at. I actually.
You're the reason I started Benefit.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, I remember because we were talking, and you're like, "I would love to have somewhere to give my music back to other veterans," and I was like, "Okay, let me make a phone call."
Hell yeah. I love that, and I will die by that. That is my sole purpose, is to help these other vets. I like performing at the VFW. They have a really good jam out in Lee Summit, and recently I've actually been doing work with the Lansing Correctional Facility, and we are I'm going through some mentor training this month, but I'm actually going to be a volunteer mentor at the prison for some of their male residents that they have in one of the very underserved wings. But we've had such a positive response from the shows we put on at Lansing, just with the people feeling the connection. And I promise you, you will never play for a better crowd than 300 residents at a correctional facility. But it is an incredible just mixture of people with different reasons for being there and different backgrounds and different connections they're making with the music. That was the greatest part, is hearing everybody's story after I would play my songs and they would come up and want to, talk about that. I have all the time in the world for that and always will, but now I get to go back in a mentor capacity and still use that music, but start making connections in one of their parts of the prison that doesn't get served hardly at all with any community outreach programs.
That's incredible, and I'm so proud of you, dude. I know what you've been through, and I know where your heart is with all that, and I'm really proud that you're giving back to a community that probably doesn't get it, like you said.
Yeah, I'm just trying to channel my inner Wild Willie here, but I do.
Be careful, he's a wild one. Be careful, he's a wild one.
Yeah.
But no, it's all about, being able to adapt. And I've learned this being a sound guy, a live engineer. Sorry, Bubba's been getting on to me calling myself a sound guy.
Oh, yeah, engineer.
I'm a live sound engineer now. I've even been nominated for an award for it, so I better start calling it myself that.
That's right. Congratulations, by the way. No matter what comes of that, I mean, you got, and this thing's a pretty new, this podcast. Like, it's not like it's been around for like 20 years or whatever.
I've been around not even a year. Not even a year. June 11th was my very first episode.
Well, I'm excited to be part of it. And I can't help but imagine what the next year is going to bring. If that's what can happen within the first year or less than.
Dude, I was so blown away. Oops, be careful, sister. I was so honored just to be nominated. I mean,
yeah, that in itself is pretty incredible. And you get to carry that with you forever. But I hope you bring home some hardware selfishly.
I hope I get to too. What do you want?
I want the phone.
Well, I mean, what do you want to watch, Goober? You want to ask him a question? What do you want to ask him?
I want you to tell me
You want to ask his favorite song?
No, I want to ask my favorite song. My favorite song.
All right, you got to be careful. All right, there he is. Ask him.
Hey, my favorite song is Mickey Mouse favorite song. That's
Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
What's yours?
What's yours?
What's mine? It's tough because you named a really, really, really good one. So let me think really hard.
No.
I think
No, I want the phone.
I think it would have to be
Peppa Pig. No, Peppa Pig.
He's answering your question. You gotta be quiet.
What?
it would have to be Phone Home by Chaos in Red.
Why?
Why?
Because it's my first song that I ever wrote and made with my band partner Annalise, and our band is called Chaos in Red.
Quit before you close the window.
Where's the window?
Here, now go watch Peppa Pig.
No, I want to ask you my favorite question.
You already asked him your favorite question.
No, let me ask you mine.
Okay, ask you one more question, then you gotta go. What are you gonna ask him?
My favorite house is the blue house.
That's not a question, that's a statement.
No, that's my
Still an interesting one.
question. Bedhead.
Don't call names. All right, tell him bye.
No.
So, sorry. I ventured into letting her be a part of these things.
I think it's great.
Eventually, one day she's gonna be behind it anyway. So,
Yeah,
if
she's
you're gonna
watching
watch
her
this,
dad
you
go
gotta
after
get
it
down.
right now.
If you're gonna watch this, you got to get down.
I'm not.
Okay, then leave it off.
Hey, don't let me turn it off.
Then why don't you get on my bed and watch it? Give me a kiss.
No,
Okay.
I
Okay, then you need to be still and be quiet.
want to.
But at the end of the day, everything mental and I hate when people said mental illness isn't real illness, and there's still people out there that say it. And
I'm past this one.
no, why don't you go lay on my bed and watch it?
I want to stay up.
Okay, then you can't unpause it. But my favorite analogies to use is you look at a brand new car.
I'm dusty.
Or okay, go get you a drink.
No, I want you to give me a drink.
And you look at a brand new car.
Dad, give me a
No,
drink.
we're not doing this.
No.
Go.
No.
Go.
No. No.
Sorry about that. But you take all that and I've completely forgot what I was saying.
People would think just because.
Oh, yeah. People that think
mental
mental illness is not a real thing. Coming from someone, and I think that's why I relate with the veterans so well, is because I have my own form of PTSD. So I relate so well because I know what it's like to have all this crap trapped in your head. And
yeah,
for me, it's breaking of a switch. I hear a switch break in my childhood so bad, I'm jumpy and I'm ready to fight because it's a fight or flight defense I have.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you're quite literally on the edge of that almost 24/7.
Oh, yeah. And people think it's funny. My ex-wife used to walk behind me and break a branch. Oh, look how bad you jumped that time.
Yeah, that's abuse. That's abuse.
I'm glad you think it's funny, but you don't know where it puts me. But then they think, oh, mental illness isn't a real thing. Yeah, it is. You look at a car and it can be mint condition on the outside, but you go to drive it and there's no power. The engine isn't running right. Just because you can't see those issues don't mean the issues aren't there.
Right. Exactly. I mean, shoot, we believe in the air that we breathe, but we can't see it and probably never will. And same with electricity. There's so many powers in this world that you believe in, but you don't see, and you can't see it, but it's still real, and it very much makes an impact.
I've never seen $1 million. Doesn't mean it ain't real.
Yeah, it's out there. But yeah, I mean that's how, and I see it as trauma is trauma too. So I mean, whether somebody watched 10 buses of orphans blow up on the side of the road, or somebody dealt with a verbally abusive partner at one point in their life, trauma is trauma, and it can manifest at any time in any way, and nobody is anybody to tell somebody how they should react to it, or that it's what they're feeling is real or not.
Oh,
I wholeheartedly believe that.
What I like to do is when I see someone going through a hard time, I like to love on them. I like to show them, because a lot of that is people going through that. In my experience, especially with me, it wasn't because I didn't know I was never loved properly. And to show them love, it's a very dark world. And when you can show someone love, that's a light they ain't used to seeing. Because everybody gets so goal oriented and so focused on what they're doing. Take 5 seconds to text somebody. Hey, I ain't heard from you lately. Are you okay? Check in on people. I see it too much. My brother, he's not my brother, but he is my brother. He's a veteran. And every year, I've known him like 10 years. Every year, he will, November, just quit texting. Won't answer his phone. It's when he shuts down.
Yeah.
I'll go out to his house. I'll take my daughter, and I will go out there. She'll play with her kids, and I was like, "What's going on? Yeah, you ain't shutting me out, you know." And we've got to be more intentional with the people we interact with, and I believe music is that way of doing that. Like I tell everybody, it's gonna sound so cheesy, but I believe music is my love language. Everybody has touch, affection, and X, Y, and Z. No, music, my love language. I can be so mad at you, but you put on the most meaningful song and you tell me this is how I feel about you. I'm putty in your hands.
Yeah. I mean, shit, music quite literally is vibrations. Like it moves us, and humans are 80% water as well. So you put on the right song for the right person, it's going to literally move through you. You're going to actually feel it, even though it's something you can't touch. And music is, it's feel, it's touch, it's so many more senses than just one singular thing. But it does a great job where words fail to do that. And that's something I always struggle with, is getting my brain to process and slow down enough to be able to find the right words to use, because words matter, and sometimes it just needs to be sound.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a way, and a way of expressing who we are. I mean, at the end of the day, I maybe not know what you're going through or what you've gone through, but if you truly put your heart into your lyrics, you're going to know, someone's going to know you when you come off the stage. They're going to know, hey, I seen Jayme perform this song, and I feel like I know him a whole lot better.
Yeah, that's what I want.
You know, and I think that's why I bonded with Bubba so well. Because when I first saw him back in June of last year, that is what he did. He performed covers, but he did original songs too. But even with his original song, his cover songs, you couldn't tell. I mean, you knew the song, so you knew it was a cover, but he made it his own. And I want to feel that heart. Whether if you're going to do a song, and if you're going to do a cover song, you better make sure you're putting your heart in that cover song, not just, hey, I want to do Back in Black because I love the vibe the song has. Great.
Yeah,
you can love
there's
the
no
vibe.
point.
You can love the vibe of that song. And I just named a song. But you do that song, but you don't put any heart into it. Don't put any conviction into the lyrics. What's the point of doing the cover?
Yeah. Exactly. Some really cool things can come out of doing cover songs, because you know, you're not going to sell out a stadium being a cover artist, but when you're, you know, still small enough artist, you don't have libraries of songs to go through, and you're busting out, you know, 50, 60, 70% cover songs on your shows, then you do kind of owe it to the audience and the original artist to get up there and put your own spin on it, put your own heart and soul into it, and give it a little bit of the essence that makes you who you are, without hijacking your entire song. But there's countless songs that I will probably forever play, even if I have, you know, libraries of my own music to draw from. Some of them they resonated so well with me, and I played them so much, it almost became, you know, one of my own.
Hey, Dad, can we go to the store? Yeah, we can go to the store. What store you want to go to? I want to go to Walmart because that's a store.
There we go. She has spoken.
I can't stand Walmart.
No, that's the people of Walmart are even better.
Is it Chaos in the Red or in
Chaos
the,
and Red? Yes.
Oh, I said it wrong in my intro. Oops.
That's all right. It didn't really stick out too bad, but yep, Chaos in Red.
I've been saying it wrong all this time. But sorry about that. But yeah, it just takes the feeling out of it, and you put your feeling into everything you do. And you submitted this song, and I think it's going to be a good stairway because you mentioned it earlier when my daughter asked you what your favorite song was.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's a good time to play your song, and then we'll let you tell people about it.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna ride those melancholy waves. I'm gonna go on adventures today. I'm gonna see you twice tonight. I'm gonna take a rocket ship to outer space. I'm gonna collect the rocks on the moon today. I'm gonna see you after midnight. I'm gonna kiss you where headlights to headlights. I see you trying to write the words you have deep inside. Let me help you now. I'll make you wear the purple and red meets the waves of outer space. You're an alien and I am coming home. When you look at the stars from over there, do you see what I see? You have those rockets and flares, but I am running in deep. Do you know how I feel? Do you know that it's real? 'Cause I'm gonna love you as you. So meet me on the moon, we'll collect those rocks for each other, and then we'll put them in a box, but we won't leave alone. Collect the dust as we take them off the shelf and tell everybody. 'Cause I'm going on adventure with you. From
Flip it.
coast to coast to point.
Bring it here. Bring it here. That is such an incredible song. It really is. And I didn't realize when you sent it to me, you had already sent it to me once already. So I now have it 3 times in my computer. So
Boom. Good. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. That one was an unexpected song, but essentially it's about finding the person that gets you in a world that wasn't necessarily built for you. Which is kind of where the the play on EP and Phone Home. Yeah.
no,
Believe it or not, this. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Believe it or not, this song was actually written in it was about 30 seconds. We were doing band practice actually in this room, and we were working on some other song, and I was just plunking around the guitar, and that tune you hear throughout the whole song or whatever was the progression I was playing with, and she started on it, and neither of us stopped. And then we were like, okay, let's record that. And then we were like, okay, yeah, let's not change that at all. And we were like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go to the studio immediately, because it was just burned into our brains, and like we had to go get it out. But I've never had a song that I like believe in that way. Like the second it comes out, where it's like, yeah, don't touch it. That thing is sizzling. But it really is about yeah, us weirdos finding connection in a world that wasn't built for us. And you know, I mentioned like coming back from the military, I felt like an alien landing back in a completely different land, but that's how I felt.
You know, you talk about being a weirdo, and that's so funny that you say that. Because that's what I tell my daughter all the time is like, we have our faith, and I don't put that on anybody, but she's so proud about it. And she'll like, we'll be somewhere and she'll want to pray. And I'm like, go ahead. I don't care. You know, you do you.
Right.
And I'm going to encourage her whatever she wants to do. And somebody called her a weirdo about it at school, some kid. And she come home one day and she's like, Daddy, I got called a weirdo. I'm like, next time you get called a weirdo, look at them and say thank you, because I don't want to be like the rest of y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
Exactly.
funny that you just happen to say weirdo. So because I tell her
Yeah, because those are the very things that make you special. And if the world does a really good job of diluting that and trying to steal that from you anyways, so good on you for teaching her that young.
Absolutely. And then you take the record labels, and it's not as bad now as it was even 5 years ago, that they do something to the music and the vocals, and
They'll steal your soul. I mean,
Well,
they take the soul out of the music.
yeah, that, but they doll it up too much, or dial it up too much, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it takes the heart. You're absolutely right, because you know, you think back even last year or maybe 2 years ago, whenever Morgan Wallen threw that chair through the window.
Yeah.
Everybody hated him for it. I can't believe he did that. It's so unprofessional, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? Was he in the right? I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not going to tell him he's right or wrong. I don't know. Probably better ways to handle it than throwing a chair through a window. But if record labels wouldn't have painted him as this perfect person and what he was, and he could be himself, then people are going to expect you to mess up.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly that.
And that's why I love the fact that the independent scene is amazing right now.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry, my iPad almost fell. But yeah, that's one of the things that
you quit throwing me around.
I know, man. It's the last time, and I'm this far away too. But that's one of the things that I like most about us with Chaos and Red is because we have humble beginnings at the jams or whatever all over town.
I just have to make sure it's in focus.
In the iPad.
Had to get your 5 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. Okay, all right, I'm done. Hey, I've been out of the room the whole fucking
she's
time.
Coming soon.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Calm down. No, just kidding.
Did you just don't? Oh, calm down.
But open jams is where we got our humble beginnings, and if you've ever been to a jam, you know that any and everything can and will go wrong during that, especially playing with a band you've never played for, with the sound guy is, 19 beers deep. But you learn to go with it on the fly, and if you make mistakes, or we've been referred to as the unpolished Fleetwood Mac quite a few times, and I'm okay with that. It makes us human. I mean, that's a studio recording that you played that I could name 5 or 6 mistakes I made just listening to it once through or whatever, but I love leaving that sort of stuff in there. You're getting exactly what we intend you to get, and that's the authenticity of ourselves at that very moment.
Yeah, I cannot tell you how excited I was when you told me after this last may not even been a year, but however long ago it was, that, and then you told me that you two are actually forming the band because, you know, you told me y'all worked together, but it was never official. I was really excited for you when you told me that you were actually teaming up and actually doing the band thing with her because, you know, when you have two artists that complement each other the way you two do, it just makes common sense to work together.
Well, that means a lot, and that's something we really pride ourselves a lot on. And it's, I mean, the cool thing is it's just how we are. So there's really no instructions needed or anything. It just works. You find something that works, and it literally can be that easy. This works for you. This works for me. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Let's keep doing it.
Yeah, and it's not like neither one of you overpower each other. You know, you both have your 15 seconds of fame.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that's what makes a good duo is when, as being a live engineer, I've seen it too much where people will come on and you'll have this one playing the guitar, this one playing the keyboard and whatever instrument they're playing. And this one wants their keyboard louder than the guitar, and this one wants the guitar louder than the keyboard. And it becomes, in my opinion, I call them garage bands.
Yeah, it really is.
Hey, I love you, but I'm doing a podcast, remember? Okay, if my phone is charged, then just watch it. See, like that, intentional. We need more intentional in our society.
I couldn't agree with you more there.
And it starts with our kids. I'm a firm believer of it because I know how crappy my childhood was, and I definitely didn't get showed love. And my older kids, I definitely didn't show them love like they deserved. But it's about growing. It's about showing them that you can mess up and bounce back from whatever you've been through. You know, your past does not define who we are, and music is a clear way of people expressing their past. And, you know, you can write a song and completely change all the names and everything around in it, but make it your story and no one's ever going to know that's you.
Yeah.
You know, and I've learned that, you know, that I've been around the music industry for 5 years now. And I see it. I see where artists flourishes, and, you know, then you get these artists that they get too focused on being like the other artists that had, you know, the algorithms are weird and the viral moments hits at different points for people. And they're like, man, I want the success that John had over there. And I'm just stuck over here struggling to make ends meet as an artist. But John has been doing it for 6 months and he's already playing in Nashville. You know, be happy for your friends. If you have an artist that is, especially you as an artist, if you have artist friends, share their success. Be happy in that success. You know,
exactly.
Take that to your everyday life, not just as a musician. You got friends that are business owners and they're successful business owners. Share their stuff.
Yeah, support them. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Exactly. It's free to share a post on Facebook.
Yes.
And I don't know if you noticed, I do try to share everybody's post, but I got to be careful because Facebook has been really weird lately. And I went like 2 weeks without being able to share anything because I share too much.
Right. But
so first in my life, I've ever been accused of oversharing.
I can't say the same, but it is the best way you can support your friends. It costs $0 to be kind, and it costs $0 to share. Just engage in some way, because a lot of our business, unfortunately, does depend on social media and depend on us figuring out ourselves and using our our village and our little community here to try to get momentum. Your first fans are probably going to be your family and friends, and the first people that hopefully show up to your shows when you start performing.
Oh, absolutely. And if they have a YouTube, everybody's got YouTube these days. Go subscribe to it. It's free.
Yeah, it's free, and it helps them. I don't think you can monetize until you're at 3,000 followers or something on there. Anyway, so every little bit helps.
You know, watch your videos, share their videos, even if you don't watch them all the way through, which it helps your watch hours, but
right,
share them to people that might. It's all free.
Yes.
And the best we can do with one another is, to me, that's showing love, common courtesy, showing love, because I would want you to share what I'm doing, and I try to do the same for everybody else.
Exactly.
You know, that's like when you put out that Phone Home was coming out. I shared it probably like 4 times because I didn't
that's
realize
love right there.
I didn't realize it went through, but it got shared 4 times.
We'll take it, man. We'll take everyone we can get.
But you know, I want to thank you. I really do. I've really been looking for this forward to this interview for a long time now, and I'm glad we were
Likewise.
finally able to make it happen. I really am, and I definitely look
Agreed.
forward to more collaborations with you. And you know, if you're ever in my neck of the woods and you need a live sound engineer, I know a guy.
Yes, you do. No, this is the first, but of many meetings within music that we're gonna have.
Yeah, I can't wait till I get your partner in crime over there on it.
Oh God, yeah, get ready for a hell of a wild ride. It'll probably be your most viewed episode. No, I kicked her out.
Whatever.
She was throwing aliens at me.
She did say you were feeling like an alien. She was just trying to help you find your people.
well, her and my dog are now banished from the room for being distracting. But it's gonna be a hell of an episode when you have her on. If you're ever interested or bored and looking for something entertaining to watch, our YouTube channel, Chaos and Red Official, we have our other show that we do with Vocal Citizen where we live react, and it's basically just unfiltered fuckery, if you will, but you can get a real good feel for the essence of Annalise because it can get quite unhinged. It's a good time.
Well, like I said, I look forward to working with you guys. I really do. And I'm actually real excited about the shows coming up that y'all are going to be a part of.
Yes. That's the 2 most exciting ones I have so far this year outside of some of that mentor work at the prison is these benefits. That's been, I think, by the time it comes up, we'll have had it scheduled together for over a year. So it's
not over a year. October 15th was the day we talked about. First day we talked about planning that.
Yeah.
So it'll be almost a year.
Yeah.
For the second one, the first one's coming up here in a couple months.
First one's coming up real soon. I'm stoked for that.
Oh, so am I. I'm so excited because, like, to me, it brings everything I'm doing together. I've been running sound and DJing for 5 years, off and on. Running sound for about 3.5, 4 years.
Yeah.
And now it's bringing everything I'm passionate about full circle.
Like, yeah, and it intersects us at the perfect time because we love to help this thing grow as well for you. I mean, that's what all artists, musicians should do, is help each other with whatever common goal, because most of the time we all have a pretty similar goal.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, buddy, I want to thank you. Really, I said this once already, and I'll probably say it 5 more times, but I really do appreciate it, and I thoroughly enjoyed this interview. And none of this will be edited, even the part where she's screaming, "Hey, Dad!" You know what?
Good.
It makes it real. It makes it real, and that's what I want.
That's what we pride ourselves on, and that's why I like you so much.
I appreciate that, and that means a lot. But for you out there watching, if you're struggling, find help. We're often told it's to be okay, but at the end of the day, it's okay not to be okay. I love you, and you're not alone. Until next time, remember to take care of one another.